yes, I love the road.
So for your information, that is the road safety song. Many of you know it, but you didn't know it was the road safety song. Okay, let's sing another one.
I'm a girl, watch me dance, watch me dance. Oh, what a miracle I am. Oh, what a miracle. Oh, what a miracle. Oh, what a miracle. Everybody watch me dance. I'm so special, so very special. Make nobody just like me. I'm a girl, watch me dance, watch me dance. Oh, what a miracle I am. Oh, what a miracle, oh, what a miracle. Everybody dance like me. I'm so special, so very special. No, ain't nobody just like me.
Please, multimedia, let's have the lyrics of that particular song, the I'm a Girl song. Thank you. So you can see the lyrics and let's sing it again with the lyrics.
And I want to see if anyone can dance as much.
I'm a girl, watch me dance, watch me dance. Oh, what a miracle I am. Oh, what a miracle, oh, what a miracle. Every little part of me. I'm so special, so very special. There's nobody quite like me.
Appreciate them. Clap for them.
Take your time and work very hard, for the days are going fast. An opportunity once. Take your time and work very hard, for the days are going fast. An opportunity once lost may never be regained. Do not waste your golden time, for the days are going fast.
Clap for her. When we told you
For every one of them.
And watch it. The Bible says, let everyone that has breath praise the Lord. Not everyone that has a good voice. So we love your voice like that. So Dominino and our team, last chance. And now I mean last chance. Elizabeth.
Elizabeth and the team, they said Dominino is not around today. Okay.
Wade in the water, we dey wade in the water. God says gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water, we dey wade in the water, we dey wade in the water. God says gonna trouble the waters. We are the sons and the daughters. We gotta stand up and make it loud. Just like my God told the Pharaoh, let my people go, go. We are a new generation from the ones who have come before. It's calling us into freedom, let my people go, go. Wade in the water, we wade in the water, we wade in the water. God says gonna trouble the waters. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade. God says gonna trouble the waters. We no go shy, no go shame. It be a papa God way, he make the heavens. If you know say you don't want trouble, let my people go, go. With blood, sweat, and the tears that we gathered through the years. If you know say you don't want trouble, let my people go, go. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God says gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God says gonna trouble the water. Oh, 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 oh,
Thank you very much. God bless you. Jesus Kids, are you ready?
oh, we made a mistake. That second time we did not sing right.
Jesus Kids, please come up now. Jesus Kids.
Please appreciate them. Clap for them. It takes a lot of courage.
Thank you, Jesus Kids. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We can.
Aramide, are you ready? Aramide. Aramide with the AV, are you ready? Aramide, are you ready?
Multimedia, please, let's have the slides of the questions. So we had some questions come up from yesterday. God's girls. So we've tried to put the questions together. We had a total of 50 questions. So, but we would try to go through them as briefly as we can. Your questions are important to us. And we don't want you guys to shout. You know, when you hear some questions, you shout, and, you know, anybody asking a question has a reason for it. And you don't know why the person has asked. So you may have answers already. You might not have, you know, experienced such things, whatever the case may be. But there are other people going through different things. So please, let's listen. Let's be respectful of the questions other people have put down as we go through the questions, okay? Thank you. So we'll just rush through them as quickly as we can. We've tried to group up those questions under different headings. So questions that are related to virginity and ATM. What is ATM? Fantastic. So we had a session on that yesterday. And I believe this first set of questions were already answered yesterday. So is it true that somebody can become a secondary virgin, blah, blah, blah? And we were told a virgin is a virgin. A virgin is a virgin. So don't go trying out what you shouldn't try, thinking that, oh, you will just do it once. And after that once, you will now repent. You won't do it again. Once you lose your virginity, you've lost your virginity. That's what it is. Yes, God is able to forgive. God is happy when you come back to him. God is a God of restoration. So if you've done it, you've been there, done that, you got involved in it, you didn't know it was wrong at the time, or it was a mistake, whatever it was, God is able. He's forgiving. He's welcoming. With wide open arms, you can come back to God. But virginity once lost is lost. But that doesn't stop you from now turning a new leaf and starting fresh. Okay? Then, is it good to collect money from a boy? Okay. A boy was bothering me to kiss him. We also answered this yesterday. Then he called me cheap. What do I do? So the deed is done already. He sees you as cheap because you gave yourself to him cheap. And that's why we are saying all of these things. Don't even allow them. Don't allow them. Don't let anybody come and just touch you, come and kiss you for the fun of it. Is he married to you? So that's why we are saying abstinence till marriage. The only time it will be right is in marriage and with your husband alone. So don't allow anybody touch you or do things that shouldn't be done before marriage. Okay, let's move on. Next slide.
If a boy touches you in your private parts, is it possible to slap the boy? So we know the answer already. But don't wait until he should touch you. When you see the hand approaching, slap the hand, slap the boy. Don't wait. Girls, you know the zones of your body? The safe zone. This face, my face is part of what?
I think Group A did
Group
body
A?
zones yesterday. Can
Somebody
a bold, confident Group A girl come and tell us the zones of the body? Somebody who is confident from Group A.
You learnt it yesterday.
So they learnt it in their own
Yes,
group
come.
session yesterday. Yeah, come forward.
Come. So the three of you just...
They said that the body that is covered that we cannot see is the red zone. The body that we can see is the head, the hand.
In the parts of the body that you can see, right? Okay.
the hand, the head, the hand, and no one was also touch your leg for any reason.
Okay, so what parts do you call those parts that you can see? Like your head, your hand, is it red, is it green? What zone?
The zone, the part that you're not supposed to see is the red zone.
Okay, so those are the parts that are covered up, right? Okay, so like your breasts, your private parts.
Yes.
Yes, okay. So how about the green zone? You can give the mic to somebody else. Let's learn from what you learned yesterday.
We're told that if someone touches you, you can say no.
Good, fantastic. So tell us about the zones. You can pass on the mic if you've tried. You've said something very important. You must say no. It is a no. Okay?
Our clothes covers our private part. Do not wear the clothes that doesn't cover your private part.
Don't wear clothes that don't cover your private parts. And your private parts are the red zone, right? Okay? Anybody else?
They say that we should not, that if someone touches that, they say that no, that you shouldn't touch us, that we should leave the person alone.
Okay, but if someone asks to touch your private part, what do you say?
No.
Do you say it or you shout it?
Shout.
You shout.
They said that if somebody said that if you tell your mommy that I touched you, that I'm going to kill you, then I said that we should say that we should be running away and be shouting, "Mommy, mommy."
Yes.
Great.
Don't keep any secrets from your parents. Don't keep any secret. Nobody should ask you to keep a secret. Don't keep any secrets. Please clap for them.
Well done, girls. Group A girls have done their mentors proud, right? So they got the message. So nobody should touch you. It's not allowed. It's not allowed. Is it wrong to hug a boy? We talked about this yesterday. Is it wrong to hug a boy? Who is the boy, number one? So if the person is your brother, for example, your dad, for example, and it's not just today, they didn't just start giving you a hug. They are family. But even with family, it gets to a point in your life, nobody should just touch you and hug you like, okay? So side hugs. We emphasized side hugs yesterday. But apart from that, any other person, it is not allowed. Don't sell yourself cheap, okay? If you have done it, can you tell your mom? The question is, what is it? What is it? But I want to believe that what the person meant was if you've had sex, you've gotten yourself involved in what you shouldn't do before marriage for some reason or the other. So can you tell your mom? Yes. Or you can tell a trusted adult. A trusted adult, somebody that you know would listen to you, wouldn't just judge you and just wave you away. Because there are some instances which we'll still talk about when it wasn't really your fault. Maybe it was rape or something like that. So you should tell a trusted adult.
When a boy disturbs about dating and I tell him no and keeps disturbing and says yes or no, what should I do? No. No means no. And you say the no, be emphatic about it. No means no.
This
is not a time to negotiate.
Leave me, Joe.
No,
I'm not doing
no
it's not like that.
No. This is not the time to negotiate. You stand your ground and don't create another opportunity to discuss it again. Can the person be asking you out in front of your friends? No. If there are 3 of you, can he be asking you out? Can he be toasting you in front of your friends? When your friends are there, and he'll be saying, give me an answer. No. Most of the time, he will isolate you. He wants only you to be listening to the lies. So no means no.
If a boy tells you he likes you, what should you say? You are not ready for that. That's the truth. Now, I know that some of us are older girls. So I wouldn't deceive myself thinking that these things are not happening, that some of you are not in relationships. Some of you are even in higher institution here. That's the truth of the matter. But it's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. When are you planning to get married? You are 9 years old now. A boy is telling you he likes you. For what? What does he want? What does he like about you? What do you, what do you even know about all of that? But it gets to a point where you are really ready for a marital relationship. And at that point, you already even understand your purpose, what God has made you for. What God has, because before you start thinking of, somebody that's going to get married to you, then you yourself, you are standing well, you understand why God has made you, you understand what you will be doing in that relationship. But girls, if it's just I like you just because he wants to touch you, he wants to sleep with you, it is a big no. It is a big no. No is no.
If my brother gives me a boyfriend and he said by force, what should I do? Now remember that is your brother. No means no. Then you tell your parents. Then you tell your parents or a trusted adult. No, please, girls, God's girls. If you have your phone here with you, put them on silence and keep it in your bag. Or put it on vibrate and keep it in your bag. We are discussing real issues here. So with mentors that are going around, we don't want to see anyone pressing or playing with their phone. Put your phone or your tab in your bag. Thank you.
If a boy tells you you are at the stage of puberty, what should you do? Why is he telling you that?
You already know yourself. You are at the stage of puberty.
So why is he telling you? It means he's observing some things in you. Maybe he has started looking at your breasts. He's seeing that, this girl is becoming all curvy and all of that. And the boy is making an advance at you. And at that point, you should just cut him short. Just stop it at that point. Why is he saying that to you? Just don't let it continue. There are some kinds of discussions that shouldn't even come up, because the end point at the end of the day will be to sleep with you, to help you to explore, that you're growing up now. These are things you can do now. Everybody is doing it. You're now, you're looking good and all of that. That's what he wants. A boy that really values you won't come telling you that you're at the stage of puberty. In fact, that's so demeaning. That's so annoying. That's so annoying, to say the least. What's your business? So please, no is no. Don't allow some discussions even go further. Just cut it short there.
There is this maths teacher in my school. His name is, he always disturbs every girl in my class, and it's like we are being rude.
This person actually mentioned the name of the maths teacher, but we didn't want to put it in here because there might be some of us who also attend that school and all. The truth is that you can't allow this to continue. You have to speak up. You have to speak up, because it might be disturbing you. You might actually be sleeping with some girls in your class, even forcefully. And if you girls keep quiet, I wonder how many girls have passed through that same class and have been disturbed by that same teacher. So you can't afford to allow it to continue. You need to speak up, either to other trusted teachers, or you go to your principal, the head of the school, and go and get this matter reported. What's the worst that can happen?
You should also tell your parents. Decide, girls, decide to tell your parents. There is no school, I'm sure there is no school authority that would allow such a teacher to continue to be in their employment. So tell your parents, all of you who have noticed who is disturbing, you are not being rude, tell your parents, let your parents come to school. Telling the other teachers, they may not really do anything about it, but tell your parents at home, let them come together and tell the school the teacher must be removed.
It is a good enough reason for you to leave that school if you have to leave. If they don't believe you and eventually it seems like you are being victimized, if you have to leave the school, you should leave. So let your parents know about it. If a boy tells you he loves you, what will you do? There's time for everything. There's time for everything. At the right time, you get into a proper relationship. But for now, our focus is on God, on our academics, and at the right time, we will get into proper marital relationships.
If I have a crush on a boy and he looks at me every time, giving me the feeling that he has a crush on me too, what do I do? Especially if I've known the boy since. How is he looking at you that you think that he's having a crush on you? I like the fact that you use the word crush. A crush is just a feeling that is very short-lived and is nothing that you want to consider. So if he's looking at you that way, why are you to looking at him that way? It's not something that you should entertain at all. Having a crush, someone can be your friend, but thinking outside of that, what you're supposed to be in class or doing one thing or the other. Keep your mind on what you are there for. So nobody should be looking at you with crush-filled eyes, and you too, you don't have any crush on anybody. Okay? If you feel that you have feelings, the Bible says whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are good, whatsoever things are of good report, whatsoever things are beautiful, think on those things. So if you, because you may, emotions you may start thinking, oh, I like this boy. But the truth of the matter is, focus, keep your focus, don't get distracted. And remember that a crush is not the real thing. When the time is right, you will get the real thing. So don't focus on the crush. Keep your mind on what is good, what is true, and your goal. Having a crush now will not help you achieve your goals.
Next slide. What if you are dared to romance a boy? What do you do? So you have maybe a group of friends. Yes, a group of friends that are daring you. You can't do it. You can't romance. I dare you. I double dare you. I triple dare you to do it. They want to see if you can do it. What should your answer be? No.
Why do you even have friends like that?
And that tells you that you have bad friends. Those are not the kinds of friends. So this question actually cuts across two different groups. We thought of putting it under relationships, but it also comes in here under virginity and ATM. Friends that are daring you to romance a guy, to sleep with a guy, they are not the kinds of friends for you. Yesterday we talked about it. Keep the right company. Keep the right company. Show me your friends and I will tell you who you are. So if your friends are those kinds of people, then you are also like that. It's only a matter of time. They will pull you down because they are daring you, and you too, you are feeling like, oh, let me just show them that I can do it. And before you know it, you've lost your virginity, you've slept with guys, you've done all sorts of things. You can even get pregnant in the process or get an infection.
Or so they can set you up for a boy to rape you.
A lot of things happen, so-called friends doing all sorts of things. So beware of the kinds of friends you keep. Nobody should dare you to do evil.
Why is it wrong to have a friend that is a boy or male friend? The fact that you are asking the question means that there is something more to it. Because if you are classmates, are there only girls in your class? Even if you attend an all-girls school, in church, for example, you would have boys around in children's church or in your neighborhood. So if you have a friend that is a boy, there's nothing, if it's a platonic, nothing, no relationship, just school work and all of that. But once you start terming boy or male friend, it is wrong. You know deep down it is wrong to have a boyfriend. You don't have anything to do with a boyfriend now. You don't need a boyfriend now. The timing is not yet right. So if it's just a boy that is in your class, that you attend lessons together, I don't see anything wrong with that. But once you are asking questions that why is it wrong to have a friend that is a boy, then there is more to that friendship and you must check it.
What age can you have a boyfriend? No, nobody is going to give you an age to it, but there will be a right time. There will be a right time for it. And the truth is, I don't even expect anybody who is under 16 here to be thinking of things like this. What age can you have a boyfriend? Because you're not, and I put it at 16 because I can think of myself, because I got to know the person I'm married to at the age of 16. at the age of 16. So I don't want to deceive myself thinking that things like that are not going on amongst us. But having a boyfriend earlier than that is just wrong. It's a no-no. And at that point, the truth is, it won't even be a matter of boyfriend anymore. You know, when you just talk about boyfriend, just somebody you just like and all of that, you are thinking more seriously of a marital relationship. If you have a crush on a guy and now you have heard about abstinence till marriage, what will you do? It's simple. Abstinence till marriage. It is what it is. Abstain till marriage. It is no until marriage.
Also, I think that your heart, your mind, you must guard your heart. Girls, you must guard your heart. You must protect your heart. If you keep watching music videos with half-naked people dancing or reading romance novels, then you start thinking, oh, from what you read, from what you have allowed in, you will start having those feelings. But if you keep your mind, again, Philippians 4:8, finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. So keep your mind. When they are talking about boyfriends, that's not the time to sit with them. Because the more you hear it, then the more it comes into you. So keep your mind, keep your mind, keep your mind.
Can a girl be alone with boys? No, it's a big no. Please, don't put yourself in that kind of situation. Anything can go wrong. Anything. If you don't want to sleep with them willingly, they can force themselves on you. You can get raped in such a situation. So please don't be alone with boys. There's nothing you are doing there, being alone in the midst of boys. For what?
If a male teacher is touching your buttocks, what will you do?
So
run away. Yeah. We have addressed this before. Not only run away, tell your parents. Let your parents come to school. Let that teacher leave. Let the teacher be sacked. That teacher must not continue. No teacher is allowed to molest or touch any girl. If it tries it, tell your parents at home. Let them come to school. And Auntie has said, if they don't believe you in school, you can leave that school.
If a boy tells you, okay, I think we've taken something related to this already. Tells you he likes you, he loves you. We've treated that already. And if he keeps following, it is still no. It is still no.
If he keeps following you, and tell him that you report to the police. Nobody is allowed to be following you. Tell him that you report to your parents and they will report to the police. Nobody is allowed, even if he's a grown-up adult, nobody is allowed to be following you. They will put a restraining order on him. So tell him that you will tell your parents. Most of these things can continue because you have not told another adult. So tell your parents.
Listen, girls, listen.
Tell your parents. Tell your parents and tell those people, whether adults, that you will tell your parents and they will report to the police.
A boy started following around anytime I come back from school. I told my mom and she sued him. I guess what the person means here is that the mom sent him away. Is what I did right? Yes. Thank God for your mom. You know, that's fantastic. I have a guy in my house. Anytime I'm taking my bath, the boy keeps looking at me. Anytime I'm going, he keeps laughing. What do I do?
Tell your parents. Tell your parents.
How is he seeing you when you are taking your bath? How is he seeing you? Is it that there's no door? No, because, you know, we need to think about these things practically. Maybe okay, I know some people peep. That's what Auntie Denry is saying, that some people peep. But maybe it's, you are living in a place where you use, all these bathrooms that are outside the house. There are people like that. And, if you need to, then get up earlier to have your bath.
Or
Get up
don't
way
go
early
alone.
in the day. Or don't go alone.
Ask a sibling to stand
Yes,
guard.
to stand by the
to
door.
Stay
and-
outside when you are bathing. When you two are
So-
done bathing, you will stand guard for the
For your sibling too. There's no reason why somebody should be looking at you. What do you expect if he's now laughing when you are dressed up, you are walking? What do you expect? Because he has seen everything. You know, so there's no reason
Again,
why
tell
that's
your parents.
Yes, report it.
All these things continue because no adult is involved. Because they know that you have not told anyone. Nobody likes embarrassment. Tell your parents.
Now let's move on to the next segment, peer pressure. Peer pressure. A friend of mine has a boyfriend and she has slept. Okay, sorry. I think there's a change in that arrangement, right? So the next thing I can see, okay. So peer pressure. A friend of mine has a boyfriend and she has slept with him and told me to follow her to the boy's house.
Let me tell you a true story. Listen, girls. This thing happened to a girl. I didn't meet the girl, but I met her parents after it happened. So there was a girl, she was on holidays, she came from boarding school. She took her friend to her boyfriend's house. So girl A came from boarding school and took her friend, girl B, to girl A's boyfriend's house. So when they got there, the boyfriend is a student of, I think he was in poly then. So when they got there, the boyfriend, how are you? My girlfriend's friend. What's your name? When is your birthday? And she said, maybe it was in 2 weeks' time, incidentally. And she said, so he said, when is your birthday? Come for a gift. So by then, the owner of the boyfriend had gone back to school. But because it was her birthday, she had gone to school, she had celebrated in school, she came home, and then she left. She didn't tell her mom. She quickly went to collect the birthday gift that he promised. So when she got there, she went alone. When she got there, she met the boy, and he tried to rape her. So they struggled, and she was able to hit his head with something big. So he fell, and she ran home. She ran home and told her mom, this is what has happened. The boy fell, and she ran out of the place. So her mom took her to the police station to get the police involved to come. By the time they got to the boy's house, the boy was dead. Now, when the police, unfortunately, when they handled the case, the family of the boy was an only child, and they had a little bit of money. And this girl, regular parents, no money, no nothing. And then the boy's parents started a case of murder, that the girl killed their only son. So the girl was taken to the police station that night. Girls, I'm not telling you a fabricated story. It's a story that happened. So when they took the girl to the overnight, when her father was telling me, I've never, from before then and after that, I've never seen a grown man cry like that. The father said he heard his daughter raped from that night till morning. He was hearing them rape his daughter in the police station. So girls,
Now there's a murder case against her.
Now there's a murder case against her. So they said that you kill somebody, the police will say you kill somebody because of virginity. You see him now because say you never do him. You don't do him, maybe you never do him. That's what the girl's father said, and he was weeping. Girls, don't go to any boyfriend, somebody's boyfriend. Don't go on walks or visits that are unwarranted. You don't need it. To do what? So if someone has decided to do that with her life, don't follow the person. You should even be concerned with helping such a person to stop such a lifestyle. Don't just follow where you don't know, what you don't know about. Don't just follow. And we'll go back to that question of if a boy gives you money, nothing goes for nothing. You don't get there's no free gift.
Bobo nice.
There's no bobo nice. They even say, even in Freetown, there are no free meals. Nothing is free. Please, don't go. And if you must go anywhere, let your parents know. If they don't give consent, it's for a reason.
When you are in secondary school, you get tempted to do a lot of things. And when you say no, they will laugh at you. Right now, I have someone who has been disturbing me for long. I told him no, but he refused to listen. And my mates are pressurizing me. Now I don't know what to do. peer pressure. Don't allow it. Girl, stand up for God. Be bold. You are light. You are light. Light is not ashamed to shine. You put on light and darkness disappears. So you can stand up for what is right. That everybody is doing something doesn't make it right. And that everybody is not doing something doesn't make that thing wrong. So girls, don't try to follow what everybody is doing. Don't be pressured. Don't be pressured into it. Avoid peer pressure. Please, let's move to the LGBTQIA question. When girls sleep together, what is it called? Lesbianism. Fantastic. So you guys already know that, and it is wrong. It is against scriptures. It is against scriptures. Both in the Old Testament, in fact, in the Old Testament, the person is supposed to be stoned. Old Testament, New Testament, no. So a man marrying a man. So now that it is happening in other parts of the world, that they are tying them together, their marriages being conducted in churches for a man and a man to marry, a woman and a woman, it doesn't make it right. So what is wrong is still wrong. Please, let's move on to rape. There were a number of questions on the issue of rape, and we should just quickly look at it. If you have a friend that is a boy, he gave you a drink in which he put something to make you sleep and raped you. So now, please, girls, if you've experienced this before, you've been raped, it has happened already, and you need help, please see us personally. Because I realize some of these questions are actually personal. They are things that have happened. So don't just keep it to yourself. When you don't speak up, evil continues to thrive. So you need to speak up. So you can see us, you can talk to your mentor. Every girl here should have a mentor by now. For those who are just coming today, you will get a mentor. You can talk to your mentor personally and let the person know. Don't go to a place where you'll be given a drink and you'll be drugged. Don't take a drink that is open from anybody. An already open drink, you just take it. They gave it to you at a party. Don't take it. Take something that is capped, and don't find yourself in a party, in a club. What are you doing there? So, but if this has happened to you, please speak up and seek help. I was raped by my former pastor. What do I do? Pastor mentioned something like this yesterday, so please seek help.
What if your father is sleeping with you and your mother is avoiding you? Seek help, speak up.
Some people will be raped but will not tell anyone. Is that good? No.
Don't keep it to yourself. You may need to go for some treatment, some testing. Don't keep it to yourself.
If a boy forces himself on me, I try to get him off me and he's too strong. What do I do? What do I do? We learned about this in maybe like 2 or 3 AGAs ago. What do I do? What's something that you can do at that moment? You are screaming, you are shouting already, but maybe there's even nobody to come to your aid at that time. So the trouble is there at the moment. What do you do? Where do you hit him? Yes,
hit him in the groin.
In his private parts.
Hit him with all your strength.
With all the energy that you can muster at that point. Kick him hard there in his private parts. That's something you can do to at least disable him for that, and you run. You run. You keep shouting and running. What if someone rapes someone is shy to tell? You have to speak up. You have to speak up. You mentioned something about ATM. What if the girl was raped? So we've talked about that now. Can your husband rape you?
You're not married. Your husband that will rape you.
You're not married yet, but by God's grace, we won't fall into such hands. Amen. A man came to his girlfriend's family to marry their child. The family did not accept. He went to rape her. So will the family give him, like, I think what this person means is now somebody wanted to marry a girl. The family of the girl did not agree. And you now went ahead to rape, the guy went ahead to rape the girl. Maybe the girl is even pregnant now. And the family may be thinking, okay, maybe they should just get married and, because they don't want the girl to have a child out of wedlock. But no.
If you are marriageable age.
You can't marry somebody who is a rapist. Somebody who is a rapist. You shouldn't get yourself involved in that. You should not be forced into such a marriage. Even if pregnancy has occurred, even if you have the child, keep the child, but hold your head up high. Don't get yourself into that kind of mess. That kind of person is a beast. If he's doing it now, he's going to deal with, he's going to beat you. Even in marriage, he would do more than that. Somebody who can rape anybody else. So nobody should be pressured into that kind of thing. You may need to speak to, in case the family, because sometimes families just want to keep quiet. Everybody is ashamed that, oh, their daughter has been raped and all of that. So they just want to package it and all. Speak to other trusted adults. Speak up. Your pastor, somebody you can trust. Maybe it could even be your principal, your teacher. Just speak to trusted adults. And now you have mentors in us. You have people that you can confide in.
Also, I think that if you are of marriageable age, then you have some form of independence. So you should be able to take your decision. It's your life anyway. So you should have, before you consider marriage, then you are independent up to some extent, and you can take a decision. Don't let anyone force you into marriage.
Okay, what if they are matching you with a boy? We talked about this yesterday. Can you have a boy to be your best friend? We've talked about that as well. Is it wrong to have a boyfriend? My friend said that a boy that is your friend is your boyfriend. So we'll move on. If a boy has academic problems, can you help? If the only way to help is to help personally.
Not alone. If you must help, break time, help him in class.
In class, where everybody can see you. Not explain it to him. If you like a boy and he first told you he does, and you tell your best friend and the boy tells everybody that you are lying, please, what do you do? And you are going to his school, from primary school to ISI. This person has even mentioned the name of their school. Okay, the truth is that in all of this, there's a lot of immaturity at play here. You know, a boy that loves you is now going to tell somebody is very funny, and this kind of thing, you should just dismiss it. Forget about this. This has happened already. You liked him or whatever, but just end it there. End it there. There's no use having such a friend or, you know, other friends and all the likes. If a friend forces to kiss a boy and collect money, you shouldn't even be moving with that kind of friend. So we've talked about that.
The person will collect money for you to be raped.
Yeah.
So no.
What if you love to talk to boys more than girls?
Check yourself.
There are some girls like that. They just say, I prefer boys as my friends. Or maybe because girls talk a lot. Girls gossip a lot. And so you prefer to make boys your friends. You better be careful. You better be careful. Otherwise, you will find yourself in a tough situation and you can eventually be raped. So there is no reason why there are good girlfriends. Amongst all those girls, they are good people, children of God who are God's girls. Though you cannot be the only one doing right. You remember Elijah in the Bible that was saying, no, I'm the only one serving God and all of that. No, there are always other people who are still serving God. Identify godly girls, God's girls who are in your schools, in your neighborhood, and make friends with them. Is a relationship with counseling from an elderly one right? I wasn't too clear on what this question was really talking about. But if it's that maybe you want to get into a relationship and then you have somebody who is elderly to be accountable to, maybe for the older girls, if that is what it is, then that may not be a bad idea to be able to be accountable. If your daddy hugs and pecks you, is it wrong? So we talked about it before. But even then, the hug should be side hug. There is a boy, but if a dad, because I think there was a question on your father raping and all, you know that one has gone beyond the normal. That has gone beyond. So even if it is your dad who is trying to sleep with you, to force himself on you, you have to speak up. There is a boy that likes calling me, but I always refuse. My friends tell me there's nothing in answering him, but I refuse, and they keep bothering me. Those are bad friends, okay? Don't allow peer pressure.
What if a man stares at you too much and you want him to stop? What will you do? What will you do? Tell him to stop and tell someone else. Is it bad? Okay.
Is it bad to have two husbands?
You know the answer.
So again, that question can be a personal question for some. Maybe there's something that kind of person has seen. Maybe a parent who is going through a divorce, or a parent who is widowed. You know, there might be peculiarities like that. If there's something this person had in mind, please, you can see us about it to clarify to you. But it is a no. It is one man, one woman, one husband, one wife.
What if the boy is forcing you and then you say no, then he gets angry?
Good riddance to bad rubbish. If he's trying to force you to do what you shouldn't do, then let him go. Let him go. There's nothing you are doing with that kind of person.
Aramide, let's take your AWI now, quickly. Please put your hands together for Aramide.
Ìbà o ìbà, ìbà onílé ṣé ká wọlé, ìbà àlejò ṣé ká máa bọ̀, ọlọ́jọ́ òní ẹ jẹ́ kó yẹ wá o, ibi yàgò lọ́nà, ire tètè máa bọ̀, gbogbo ẹni tó dúró ẹ kú ìdúró o, èèyàn tó jókòó ẹ kú ìkàlẹ̀, gbogbo yín pátá ni mo kí, n ò lólódì kankan, bájá ò lanu, àjà gbó. Mágbó òlànà, àgọ́ àpọ̀gùgù, bọ́mọ tuntun jòjó olóòlànà, ìgbẹ́ ẹ̀kú lọ fi bọ̀nu, orí òní jẹ́ àárọ̀ ẹ̀kún.
Mo ṣe ní pé bàárà bá sọ etí ó gbọ́ o. Mo ní bàárà bá sọ etí ó gbọ́. Òun ló jẹ́ kí n sọ pé Elédùmarè lọ́ba, ọba tẹ́rẹ̀ kárí ayé, ṣèbóhun ni àríro àlá. Àlèwí tí ń jẹ́ àlè ṣe ni alápá kábíkábí ẹlẹ́dàá àṣẹ̀dá àwọn ẹ̀dá adẹ́ẹ̀dá gbogbo gìtì ẹ̀mí ènìyàn àtọ́pẹ̀rí ọlá àtọ́pẹ̀rí ohun gbogbo ẹ̀bì tí òkè ẹ̀bì tí òkè ẹ̀bì tí òkè tí mi sàtánìwó pẹ̀lú gbogbo agbára sàtánìmọ́lẹ̀ ọba mi tó sọjí ọba mi tó wékọ̀pù ẹ̀gbọ́n náà tani jẹ́ kó pẹ́nu ọjọ́ bọ́ kúnyányán ẹ̀gbọ́n náà tani jẹun tájà ń jùrò jàre kò mọ̀ àṣẹ́ni bí rẹ̀ àtọ́kẹ́ àtọ́bọ̀ the counselor the sustainer the provider the helper Chineke Chukwudi Mbangiji Christy God the heaven Adam Smith ọlọ́run mi o ọlá tó yẹ fún ọ ni mo gbé dé mo wá kí ọ ní tòdì nítorí pípé ni ọ àríro àlá ọba ológo jùlọ ògbénu wúndí ọṣọlá ọba tó ń fọba jẹ ọba tó ọba lóyè àtọkẹ́ àtọbọ àtọsìn ọba tó dá mi sí tó dáwọ́ sí òun ló ń pèsè fún wa òun ló ń pèsè gbogbo nǹkan tá a ní fún wa mo wá ṣe kábíyèsí fún bàbá àgbà òun lọba tó tẹ ẹ kárí ayé òun lọba tó ń fọba jẹ ọba tó rọba lóyè kìnìún ọkàn ṣoṣo àjànàgùn tí mi gbọ́ kìjikìji àrà ńlá tó rọ bọ́ọ̀bù lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́run mi mo gbé ọ̀gá mo yìn yín torí gbogbo ohun tẹ́ ti ṣe nínú ayé wa èyí ò torí rò tábà ní kàró tábà sọ pé ká máa dúpẹ́ ó àlè dúpẹ́ gbogbo nǹkan tá a ṣe lọ. Father, Lord, I appreciate your holy name. Thank you, Jesus, my Father, my helper, the sustainer, the giver, the one who has protected me, the one who has protected you, the one who has helped you, the one who has helped me. I appreciate your holy name, Father, Lord. We appreciate your holy name, Father, Lord. Thank you, my Father. Oh.
Wow, awesome, fantastic. Well done, Aramide.
Please, if you presented anything from the first day, and come and see us at the end. We have gifts for you if you presented anything. So it's time to go to our groups.
Those are the body zones we talked about earlier. The yellow zone, red, no. The green zone. The yellow zone, it means, beware, or something's about to happen. Red is no. Then green, your hands and...
So, Group A, you have a brown tag. Stand up. Group A, you have a brown tag. Stand up. Auntie Christy, please wave. Follow your aunties to your hall, to your venue. Group A, you have a brown tag. If you are coming today for the first time, you are 8 years old, you are 9, just follow the auntie waving. Group A mentors, please wave. Let them follow you. Group A mentors, see those aunties waving. Group A, brown tag, you are 8, you are 9, follow the aunties waving.
Girls, please take care of your belongings. I hear some of you still have clothes in the toilets. Your clothes in the toilet. Please take care of your belongings. Don't leave anything here too.
Don't leave anything on your seat. Group B, pink tag. If you are coming for the first time, you can come to me here. Group B, pink tag, 10 to